public speech, so might be a bit bad.
Good stuff.
Thank you. One day, a teacher set her students a homework task that was slightly different. She had them go home and write down each student's name down on a list and to write next to it how they feel about that person. The next day, the teacher received all of the homework and set to writing on a blank piece of paper each student's name and listing below all of the things that all of the other students had written about them and then handed them out. She was touched to hear comments such as "wow" and "I never knew they thought that about me." Even more touched were the students, and they were given the piece of paper to keep. Several years after graduation, one of the students, Adam, was fatally wounded at war, fighting for his country. His body was flown home and his friends, family and teacher were invited to celebrate his life. After the service, a friend of Adam's who had also fought with him in the war approached the teacher and handed her a piece of folded and dirty paper. As she began to open it, she soon realised that it was the piece of paper that she had written on many years ago with a list of all of the classmates' thoughts on it. He proceeded to tell her how he had carried it everywhere with him. Later that afternoon, her parents approached the teacher to thank her for all that she had done and how much it meant to him. She was then approached further by other members of the class that told her that they had also kept a piece of paper, and how much they treasured it. The teacher broke into tears. All of us have people we care about and that care for us. If all of us tell these people how we feel about them, it can make the world a difference. So don't waste time thinking of how you feel. Make sure you tell them. Beck and Dad have written a note to each of you, maybe from one or the other. In this note is written either a comment, a moment that they would like to share with you, moments that you've shared together, and that every time they think of you they remember, or a simple word that to them describes the way that they feel about you or signifies who you are to them. You can now open the envelopes that were under your napkins, and hopefully you feel some of the love that you feel for each of you.
As far as I'm concerned, she couldn't be in better hands. So I'm really grateful. Another thing that sort of endeared me to Mark was with Beck's OCD, concert, Mark do this, Mark do that, kids do this, kids do that. Mark would just sit there. And at one point I had to check for a pulse. Because
and he's the ambo.
Mostly, Beck's OCD will drive most people away. But I loved the way he was just looked up at her and just carried on with what he was doing. It wasn't because he was a lazy prick. It was just, he will do these things, but in his own time. And this is what I find a beautiful balancing act with Beck. It is a brilliant balancing act. So instead of getting scared and hassled and running off into the sunset, he deals with it beautifully. So good work, mate.
Good on you.
We couldn't deal with it.
After 30 years.
I am just, like I said, today has gone better than I could have hoped for. The weather looked crap to start with, but we all kept the faith, and we knew the beach would have that corridor of good weather to let us get what was done on the beach, and that happened. And it was absolutely. cannot pick fault with the way today has gone, from start to finish, to my shopping for $200 shoes.
Today.
Today, just before the wedding, which didn't happen, so me and Luke had to have a rethink. So we shot off to the op shops. But the day, right up to date, I just, Beck knows we've had our ups and downs, but she knows there is nothing we won't do for her. She's always known that, despite being a hideous little bitch. But she knows how much we love her. We know how much she loves us, and the whole thing is just brilliant. Thank you to everyone. If I've missed anyone here, it isn't intentional. You saw my notes. They were done during dinner. So I put a lot of thought into it. At this point, guys, I'm just going to raise the toast.
Step and we tried waltz time, but it doesn't work. But so they're going to put their own sort of very unique interpretation on this dance. But it's a really lovely song, and I know it means a great deal to both of them. It would be really great if I could have somebody to come and turn the pages. I'll do that. You're going to do that for me? Fantastic. And it's a song which is very, very special to them both, and I hope you enjoy it. Pretty amazing grace is what you showed me. Pretty amazing grace is who you are. I was an empty vessel. You filled me up inside, and with amazing grace restored my pride. Pretty amazing grace is how you saved me, and with amazing grace you reclaimed my heart. Love in the midst of chaos, calm in the heat of war, showed with amazing grace what love was for. You forgave my insensitivity and my attempts to mislead you. You stood beside a wretch like
Someone saying you dance and then you tits out.
amazing grace was all I needed. Stumbled inside the doorway of your chapel. I did great. Humbled by God and everything I found. Beauty and love surround me. Free me from what I fear. It's amazing. You overcame my loss of hope and faith. You gave me the truth I could believe. You led me to all high. Amazing grace was all I need. In the mirror, and I see your reflection. Open the book, you live on every page. And you're there to share it with the red eye. And with amazing grace, you ease my mind. I came to you with empty pockets first. When I returned, I was a rich man. Didn't believe that could quench my thirst. But with amazing grace, grace, I had a vision. From that only place I came to be. Into the night I wandered, wandering aimlessly. Found that amazing grace to comfort me. You overcame my dark trick. You gave me a truth I could believe.